안녕하세요. Hello everyone. My name is Sena, and for those who don't know, I am 이정은 집사님's wife. So I was very fortunate to go last weekend to Houston, Texas for the Lay Leaders Seminar at New Life Fellowship Church. When I first heard about the opportunity to go, honestly, I felt a little bit hesitant. I was reserved and reluctant to go. I didn't know what to expect, and I felt like I didn't know enough about the house church to even participate in a lay leader seminar. I felt lacking in many ways because I was in a state of feeling confused with trying to understand and figure out where and what God wanted for me in this new stage of life that I had entered, which is marriage and motherhood. But really, I guess this was all the more reason to go. I initially agreed to going with the heart to want to understand where my husband's heart was and what he was growing so passionate about. But the night before leaving for Houston, I realized and was reminded to pray and really go with an open heart to learn and seek what God may be wanting from me through this opportunity and what he could teach me and show me. I felt anxious before going since I was going alone, and because I usually like to know what to be prepared for and what outcomes to expect. But I realized I needed to lay that down and let go and trust more in God's plan and to allow God to work. I feel like God also comforted me and helped me bring the anxiousness down because he allowed me to connect with another woman who was at the conference who also came by herself, and she was also a mom and a teacher, which was nice. We got along really well. I arrived one day before the seminar, and I had the opportunity for many one-on-one conversations with my host. So I was staying with a family that had a son and a daughter, and she was very open and honest and very thorough in responding to my questions and her experiences about the house church. So it was really good to kind of have the day before the seminar to ask her and talk with her. And I got a glimpse of just what life might be like in the future with Ella, because her kids were a bit older. So the seminar was led by a pastor. His name was Pastor Eric Shin, and it was very thorough and very insightful. I definitely came back with a greater understanding of the structure of a house church. And the testimonies shared were also insightful and encouraging to see how God uses many younger and older, single and couples, and people of all ages to serve in the house churches. I was encouraged by their servant hearts and their striving in the sacrificial lifestyle that the shepherds are striving to live. Through the testimonies, I was reminded of how important it is to support each other as a community when you're serving and to trust in God's perfect timing and not ours. Learning about the house churches and the detailed roles of each member of the house church made me realize how important and collective each member's contribution is to saving one person's soul. The pastor shared how each member of the house church has a ministry they're part of, and without serving, it's impossible to become like Christ. I began to understand how effective the house church structure is to foster a family-like community to reach unbelievers in a natural lifestyle setting that really exemplifies and models Christ's love through shared life experiences. I liked how they emphasized that it's not just about learning about the Bible and holding the knowledge like a scholar, but really applying what the Bible asks us to do and modeling and exemplifying Christ's love through our experiences and sharing this with others. I got to be a part of a house church meeting on Saturday, and although I could tell that they were still getting to know each other because they had just recently multiplied, I really liked that the children were a part of the house church meetings. They had a chance to share what they were thankful for, share what their prayer requests were, and the parents, I really liked, had a chance to pray for their children as well. And I also realized that it's really important to be vulnerable and open with your community because it allows God to work and heal in that place. I never felt that evangelizing was ever one of my spiritual gifts in serving, but I feel that the house church allows an opportunity for members to evangelize in a natural setting and to exemplify and model Christ's love. Because as you pray and spend time with someone, God gives you a heart for them. Sunday was my last day in Houston, and I got to experience and see how the house church come together for corporate worship on Sunday to serve and worship in all ages. Through the sermon, Pastor Eric spoke of how important it is to activate the Holy Spirit every morning and ask to be filled, to seek to work with the Holy Spirit in your everyday, and the importance of being obedient immediately when the Holy Spirit presses on your heart. I pray that I will be able to live a Christ-centered life where I'm attentive to how the Holy Spirit is wanting to work. I am so thankful for the opportunity to have gone to this lay leader house church seminar at New Life Fellowship. I'm thankful for Pastor Eric Shen and the leaders who organized and shared and served with their hearts during this seminar. I've come back with new questions, new challenges, but also new hope for how God will work in our family, in our lives, and with a greater understanding of what a house church is and the servant heart of lay leaders and members of a house church. I'm thankful for those here and Pastor Lee and everyone who was able to keep me in prayer as I was gone. And I hope you'll continue to keep our family in prayer as we discover how God is calling us to serve. Thank you.